Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the house a little early. Just wanted to come in and check in with everybody today. Beat some of them simps to their game. And we're going to check in here. Today's game starts at 4:30 Mountain Time. That is 25 minutes from right now. Lakers versus Heat in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Lakers currently lead the series 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. We've already got some folks in the house. Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk, home of Boston sports. Bobby in the house. Good evening, Bobby. How you doing? And we got King Yellowman already checking in saying, Vamos Lakers. Let's go. 3 Berserkers already in the chat. And we got a long way to go. Valhalla Sports Talk fresh off the first Vikings win of the season in our Minnesota Vikings coverage. So we're pretty happy today, and we're trying to go 2-0 on the day. 2-0 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll hold off on some of the specifics about the matchup and the betting and all that stuff till we get a little bit closer to tip-off, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just hang out here. Check out how you folks are doing in the chat today, and hopefully we get some traction on this deal tonight. Get some folks in here, get them to enjoy the stream with us, and cheer these Lakers to victory. A little scheduling note for the channel. After tonight's stream, we don't stream at all tomorrow. We're off, and then on Tuesday night, in their good wisdom, the NBA and MLB have scheduled both the Lakers and Dodgers at nearly the same time on the same night. So what I am going to do is I'm going to be doing a Dodger stream on Tuesday night, but I will go online about an hour prior, and we'll kind of hang out and keep an eye on the old Lakers while we're waiting for the Dodger stream to start. But when the Dodgers throw first pitch, all my attention will shift to that. As far as play-by-play and as far as our chatters, and we'll just keep track of the Lakers game on TV2 and see if that's the night that they hoist championship number 17. So that's just the programming note. I'll probably repeat that at some point during tonight's telecast. King Yellowman, how are you doing today, sir? 4:07 p.m. is the time here in beautiful southern Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. Still about 20 minutes or so from game time. Let's take a quick look. I'll give you guys updates on the NFL action. Isles Fan for Life, one of our newer subscribers, checks in. Isles Fan for Life, welcome to you, my friend. How are you this evening? Are you ready for this draft in the NHL? And Isles Fan for Life says the Giants suck. So I think he's angry about the New York Giants. Yeah, they were hanging with him for a while, weren't they? What happened? I think they were hanging with him for a little while. I closed all my NFL stuff down. Let me check real quick. I'll just do a quick rundown of the NFL scores today since we're still got quite a ways before this Laker game starts. In the NFL action today, right now, games that are currently going on, Buffalo leads the Raiders 30-16. Indianapolis up 16-3 over them Chicago Bears. San Francisco, Philadelphia is the late game this evening. Kansas City, New England, that's of interest to you, Bobby. I know you're going to stream that, so if you're a Patriots fan, join Bobby tomorrow night as he streams his Patriots at 7:05 Eastern Time. Green Bay, Atlanta, looks like they're going Monday night as well at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the finals from today so far, we've got Baltimore 31, Washington 17. The Patriots came back to clip the Chargers today, 38-31. A big game, though, by the rookie for the Chargers, the rookie quarterback. Seattle had a tough time with Miami, 31-23. Minnesota got that dub, 31-23, ladies and gentlemen. New Orleans 35, Detroit 29, in a game that Detroit led at one point, 14-0. Cleveland 49, Dallas 38, a shootout in that one. Baker Mayfield gets the win over Dak Prescott. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow I think that's his first win, ladies and gentlemen. 33-25 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater leads the Panthers to a victory over the Cardinals, 31-21. The game that you were just talking about that made you angry, I think, their Islander, was Giants 9, LA 17. And so I'm sure Bad Dog is firing up his Lakers stream as we speak. New York Jets 28-37 for Denver. That was the final on Thursday night. That was the final on Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen. So you're caught up on NFL. Goose checks in, says, "What's up, Valhalla? How you doing, Goose? How are you doing, my man? You got any whiskey for me, my man? Any whiskey?" Blake Sundberg checks in. "When does the game start?" Blake, the game starts at 4:30 p.m. my time, so that's in 20 minutes, my friend. 20 minutes is this game is set to tip off from the bubble in Orlando. 40 berserkers in the chat as we get this thing started, ladies and gentlemen, as we are waiting for the beginning of this game. So again, as I mentioned, we're here a little bit early. Lakers Showtime Live, presented by Valhalla Sports Talk. We're source for Lakers basketball here on YouTube. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a report in the chat. Serious problem. Goose Sports has run out of whiskey. Run out of whiskey. So if you are in that area, I think you live in Louisiana, don't you, Goose? Please go by Goose's house and bring him some of that honey something or another, Jack or something with honey in it. He'll probably drink just about anything you bring him, though. I just have a feeling. 5 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for this thing to get started. Yeah, Blake, 7:30 Eastern time, my friend. 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off for this game. 5 berserkers up in here already. We're still way away from the game. I just turned it on early, hoping we can get in here and chat with some of you folks, get to know you. Goose says, yes, Louisiana, Honey Jack. Honey Jack Daniels. Hook him up, ladies and gentlemen. Goose, I'm having a Chelada with Clamato juice, Bud Light, my friend. That's what I'm having. That's what I'm having, switched up from the old Silver Bullet Coors Light. I'm going to have me a couple Cheladas for this Laker game. And hopefully we make it to the end with a victory for the Lakers. Football games still look like they're finishing up all around me here. I got on the main TV, I've got that Raiders game. And to my left, I believe that's still the Red Zone channel up on the TV there. Sebastian checks in, says, Laker Nation ready to sit people down over there. Little Nick Van Exel is shook. He's shook, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little cowbell action ready, too. Let's go, LeBron. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, wrong way. LeBron is the one that taught me my cowbell technique, ladies and gentlemen. Little known fact. LeBron is an expert cowbell shaker as well. Nobody knew that. King Yellowman telling him what direction. King Yellowman telling him what direction they can take a seat over there. Car's running over there really fast. And some Bills are trying to kill him. But he got out of bounds, I think. He got out of bounds. So this game, ladies and gentlemen, is on ABC, ladies and gentlemen, on regular TV. ABC tonight, so you'll get to watch it at home. But don't forget to hang out with us here at Lakers Showtime Live as we cheer these Lakers on. Trying to secure championship number 17. I think when I said that the last time, Bobby decided fucking he was leaving the stream. So maybe he'll come back a little later. Maybe he will come back. 6 berserkers in the chat. So we're 15 minutes out here, so I can get into some of our normal pre-game stuff, right? Lakers on the season, 52-19. Miami 44-29. The matchup predictor, according to ESPN's Basketball Power Index has the Lakers with a 58.4 chance to win this game tonight. 41.6 for the Miami Heat. King Yellowman says you don't have a TV. All right, well, you just hang out with me then, Yellowman. I'll just be your TV. I will be your entertainment for the night. All right, season leaders for these two teams, ladies and gentlemen. Season leaders, rebounds, and points for the Lakers. It's Anthony Davis. And assist for your Los Angeles Lakers is LeBron James. For those Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler leads the team in points. Bam Adebayo leads the team in rebounds. And Jimmy Butler leads the team in assists. Last I heard, Adebayo is going to be out again this evening. The injury report for tonight's game, Denny Green day-to-day, so not sure if he's going to play tonight. And Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo day-to-day, and Goran Dragic is day-to-day as well. Last I heard, they were both out this evening. That's the last that I heard, ladies and gentlemen. If you've heard different, please hit me up in the chat and let me know so that I know what you know. Pick center. Pick center for those of you that like to put the Skrilla on the game, like to bet a little money, like to get out there and hit the casino, put a little risk in your game. Let's check it out. This point spread tonight, Lakers favored by 9.5 points. Therefore, the Heat are getting 9.5 points. The money line for tonight's game, minus 440 for the Lakers, plus 350 for the Heat. The over-under in tonight's game is 220, so they're going to expect a lot of points. Callum Jackson makes his first appearance of the night, says, "What's up? Let's go Lakers." What's up, Callum? How you doing, my friend? How are you doing? And welcome back to Valhalla Sports Talk's Lakers Showtime Live here on YouTube. Here on YouTube, your place for Lakers basketball. For Lakers fans, by a Lakers fan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not out here simping. This is actually my team. I actually care if they win. 7 Berserkers up in the house. Let's go ahead and switch TV 2 to ABC, ladies and gentlemen. That is the place for this game this evening, ABC. They're currently in their NBA countdown coverage. Callum says he's good. My Vikings won today, Callum. I'm feeling pretty good. And I think my Lakers have a pretty good shot to win tonight. So I could go undefeated on the day. Sebastian checks in, says 2 wins, then we are champions. And he asks if Dragic or Adebayo are playing. I'm not sure, Sebastian. Last I heard is they were not. Playing this night. Zebra Poo says Leiron. Leiron. Interesting name, Zebra Poo. What makes you wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to go make me a YouTube account, and I'm going to be called Zebra Poo. Thinking that has something to do with you're not a big fan of the officials. But that's just a guess. Callum Jackson with a yes. I think he just finding out that my Vikings caught that first victory of 2020 today. 2020, we got the dub. Trevor checks in, says, hi all, go Lakers. Welcome back, Trevor. How you doing, man? And Callum is off work for the day, hopefully, so he can hang out with us tonight. Hang out with us, ladies and gentlemen. Renevere checks in, says, Lakers. And Sebastian asked me, is my energy drained after the Vikings game? No, it's not drained. It's not drained. I always feel a lot better after a win than a loss, that's for sure. Callum says, tell me next live who won. I'm not sure what that means. So again, as I already mentioned before, came on really early here, so I don't blame you guys for not being here, but came on earlier. The schedule for the channel is this game tonight. We're off tomorrow. And on Tuesday, Valhalla Sports Talk will be doing Dodgers versus Padres from Texas. Diego Cervantes checks in, says Vikings finally won. Let's go. What's up, Diego? What's up, my man? Jeff Bennett checks in. Says, bring out the broom. It's over, son. Nothing is guaranteed, Mr. Bennett. Nothing is guaranteed. They're going to have to earn these 2 wins to hoist championship number 17. They're going to have to earn them. If you don't believe me, just ask little Nick Van Exel. They're going to have to earn them, Jeff. They're going to have to earn them. Here we go. 10 Berserkers in the chat. Time check here, 4:20, so we should be 10 minutes away from tip-off in this one. 10 minutes away from the tip-off. 10 Berserkers in the chat as I enjoy my Bud Light Chelada. Trevor reports the Heat are without the same 2 starters. That's correct. And Diego Cervantes says Jefferson and Cook both played such a good game. Mina Milton checks in today. He says, what's up? Woo. How you doing, Milton? Glad to see you, my friend. Glad to see you. Did you get out there today, Milton, and do some airsofting? Did you get out there and get your airsoft on? Mina Milton, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting channel. You get into the mind of Milton on his channel. He does airsoft videos, does some Call of Duty stuff that's unbelievable. Go check him out. Give him a sub, a like on his videos. Get him up to that 500 number. And Milton says, Chelada time. I got 2 of them stacked up here. I'm about to finish this one. And Milton did go out there today and shoot up some of that airsoft action. I know what you meant, Diego. I knew you meant Dalvin Cook, my friend. I type like crap myself, so I can relate. 11 Berserkers in the chat. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian with the bold prediction says the Dodgers will win in 4 games against the Padres. You won't hear me say that, Sebastian. We're going to have to earn every one of them wins. Callum said he shot a 25 cal today. King Yellowman asking about shooting up. Airsoft. Mina Milton has a whole group of people, because he's so cool, he has a whole group of people that go out to the Arizona desert here, and they all have these cool airsoft guns, and they all shoot at each other for fun. Callum says, I'm going to hit the rack today. Alrighty, most of us hit the rack at some point every day, Callum. Most of us like to get our sleep on at some point during the day. Milton, I put in for a job at your work today. I put in for a job. I need you to give me a nice little thumbs up. Tell them my resume is on the way. 11 Berserkers in the chat. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Sebastian says my dad's a Raiders fan and he's mad. Yeah, they got beat by Buffalo. Sebastian, I grew up like where the Raiders practiced when they were stationed in LA there. So I got to know a lot of the Raiders in the 80s. Milton said good. I don't know. It's in that like receiving area, Milton. I imagine it's the little fella. Don't tell him I called him that. I think it's like shipping and receiving, dude. There's 2 positions open in there, looks like. So I put it in my app last night. Thirteen Berserkers in the chat, and we're sitting here at 424 on the dial, ladies and gentlemen. 424. I'm going to step away for just 1 second, and I'll be right back, okay? 1 second. right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Let me see what I missed here. We're real close to tip-off here. 4:25, 5 minutes away. Milton asks if it's with RI. No, I think it's with, like, the shipping and receiving folks. Sebastian said, is Sunday ticket worth it, or should I just stick with Red Zone? Sebastian, do you have a team that you're, like, a fanatic about? If you're not, like, crazy about a team, I would say just stick with Red Zone. But if you're a fanatic like me, you have to have the ticket. And Gaming with Eli is repping Red Zone. Says it's great. And everyone is getting to know one another in the chat. It's like a big old family up in here. Just a big old family saying hi, how you doing? I missed you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. So just like the game the other night, I'm a little worried, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little worried about the old trap game. The old trap game in professional sports. That's the one where everybody and their brother says this is going to be an easy win, and they count that shit before they're supposed to. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a trap game. Let's see your predictions in the chat about who's going to win this game, and put some scores in there if you want to. Let's see who's right. Let's see who's right at the end of this stream. Again, Lakers Showtime Live for Lakers fans by a Laker fan, ladies and gentlemen. Sago puts up Kobe in the chat. It's hard to believe that when he passed, it was so close to now. But just thinking about it, he would probably be in the arena right now. So Milton, if you're still in here, that position I applied for was Receiving Inspector 2. Receiving Inspector 2. So maybe I have a shot there. We'll see. Sergo says Kobe's going to win this game 113-88. Lakers, right? Sebastian says the Lakers will win tonight. Keep it in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the line, the point spread in this game is 9.5. It's gone down 1 from the last game. And I don't think the Lakers covered the last game. Nine Berserkers up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as we are real close to tip off. Real close to tip off. Let's go ahead and turn off this music. Turn off this music. And hype up the rowdies in the crowd. Get the rowdies going. Get them hyped. Get them making their noise. Gaming with the Eli says hello. Hello, Gaming with the Eli. How are you doing, buddy? And Gaming with Eli says he's a Lakers fan no matter what. King Yellowman says, I learned to love receiving when I was in prison. Oh, Yellowman, you guys. You and Anonymous, man. You and Anonymous need help. Absolute help. Psychological. Ted Berserkers in the chat. 10 Berserkers in the chat as Thor's army continues to grow. Let's get him off the screen there. Let's get old Adam Schefter off the screen there. You weren't invited to this party, Chef. You were not invited. Julian says, yeah, sorry I'm late. I'm out shopping. For Julian Cruz, when he tells you he's out shopping, that means he's probably in another stream. But I hope you get what you're looking for on your shopping adventures, Julian Cruz. I hope you find what you're looking for. Sebastian asks, how much is Sunday ticket, though? I don't remember off the top of my head. I think here in the U.S. it's pretty close to like 400, especially if you want like the upgraded package. I call them every year. Every year before the NFL season starts, I call DirecTV and I complain and complain and complain and complain, and I end up getting it free usually every other year. Gaming with Eli says yeet, and Julian says he saw some Vikings gear, a jersey and a hat. Did you buy it for me, Julian? Did you buy it for me? Do you need my address? A true friend, Julian Cruz, would have bought that for the Mad Viking and sent it to him in the mail. 6 berserkers in the chat. But Julian instead got him some new kicks. What'd you get, Julian? What did you get? What does young Julian Cruz buy when he buys shoes? Does he get some high tops? Does he get some low tops? Does he get him some Yeezys? What does he get? Kids ever buy high tops anymore? I don't know. That might have been an 80s thing. Ladies and gentlemen. 8 berserkers in the chat. We are real close to the beginning of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Real close to getting this baby underway. Nathan Knight checks in, says, let's go Packers. Wrong stream. You're in the wrong stream. Julian Cruz out there buying him some Jordans and some Air Forces. Right on. Glad you got them kicks, Julian. Glad you got some fly kicks. King Yellowman rocking that gray Puma suede. King Yellowman, all I wore all through high school was Puma. Puma tennis shoes, man. That's it. Same ones. 4 years. Probably went through 10 pairs. Back in the day when Puma was a thing. Back in the day. But I'm old school and old at the same time. Nowadays, my favorite sneaker remains K-Swiss. K-Swiss for the Mad Viking, ladies and gentlemen. Old man approved. Old man desired. 7 berserkers in the chat. Man, I am hoping that this game has a little bit more oomph than Game 2. Game 2 seemed like it was just a walk in the park and then a defense at dawn at the end there. Sebastian checks in, says, $400, how do you get it for free? Just complain? It's not quite that easy, Sebastian. I've been a customer of DirecTV for well over 23 years. And my average monthly bill is well over $150. Jeff Bennett asking if I wear my K-Swiss with dress socks. No, I do not. I think you know that. I think you know that. I just rock them with the white socks. Clayton checks in, says hi again. Julian says, I got a big regret about being in another stream, Valhalla. Valhalla will always troll me now. Yes, I will. I'm always going to remind you, Julian, that I caught you with your hand in the cookie jar, hanging out in another stream, sharing his stream out to other people when I was doing a stream for the exact same thing. And you were rolling around in here with a blue wrench. Just rolling around. And I'm the dumbass that gave it to you. Lesson learned. And King Yellowman says white socks are for old men. That's all right. I am White Sock Nation. Hashtag White Sock Nation. Julian says, yeah, I'm in trouble. You got caught, Julian. You got caught by the Valhalla PD. 9 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. No big deal. It's all in fun. I like Julian. He's actually one of my favorite folks that visits the stream. He makes me laugh. They're interviewing Butler. He's got some confidence. Says they're going to go out here and get this dub tonight. Butler says the Heat are going to go out here and get the dub. He ain't scared. He ain't scared. King Yellowman says yuck. King Yellowman says yuck. And Gaming with Eli just puts the word cookies in the chat for no apparent reason with 3 thumbs up. We just have no idea what's Eli's thinking. 9 Berserkers up in the chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we are getting into this Game 3. Game 3 about to tip off here, ladies and gentlemen, here on Lakers Showtime Live. Last set of commercials before we get this thing underway. A little Valhalla holla to those of you that have helped this channel in the last month and a half or so start to get a little traction here in this YouTube game. I thank each and every one of you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen. We ask you to please, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. King Yellowman got a craving for them Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies. What's the best Girl Scout cookie in the chat? In the chat, tell me what is the best Girl Scout cookie. Hashtag, my executive assistant says hashtag Thin Mints. Best Girl Scout cookies. Hashtag Thin Mints with 1 vote. Julian says, I'm all right, I'll be back. I'm at Nike now. Okay, Julian. We'll see ya. We will see you, young fella. King Yellowman says that the Girl Scout cookies is a weed strain. Yeah, I don't know all that stuff, King. You're talking right over, right over my head, my man. Right over my head. But you do you, Yellowman. You do you. Bobby reporting that VST is 286 away from 1K. Let's fucking go. Let's FG. I think we can get there by the end of October. I think we can do it. King Yellowman educating me on the Mary J. Wanna game. King Yellowman trying to give me that education. Not sure I'm looking for it. Not sure I'm looking for it, but thank you for enlightening me. Man, if you guys want to see something funny, if you want to see something really funny, you check out the last, I would say, 5 minutes of my Viking stream today. Check out the last 5 minutes of the Viking stream today and watch my reaction when it was obvious that the Vikings had sealed the deal in tonight's game. Ric Flair would be proud of the Mad Viking today, ladies and gentlemen. Ric Flair would be like, that dude did pretty good. 9 Berserkers in the chat as we head towards tip-off. How's the music in the background? Is that too loud? Or the crowd noise, excuse me, is it too loud? Little bit of quiet time in Lakers Showtime Live. Headed set to go for Game 3 here in the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Tip-off coming right at you. Yeah, you can, dude. That would be funny. Drop it in there, dude. I need to load it up with sound, though, dude. I really need to load it with sound, because with sound, it was really hilarious. All right, so it looks like Denny Green is out on the floor with the Lakers. Doing, like, combat rolls and shit. Doing major combat rolls, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Howard gets his start in the Lakers starting lineup. Fifth straight game. LeBron James, Denny Green, Dwight Howard. Starters for these Heat, Hero, Robinson, Butler, Crowder, and Leonard. So it goes down too far, you're saying? I can't fix that during the stream. I see what you're saying, though, Yellowman. I see what you're saying. I do have it so it goes down pretty loud. It doesn't stay up very loud, though. Let's bring it up. See if that's better. All right, tip off. Lakers control the tip. LeBron James gets it. Brings it over half court on the right-hand side. Alley-oop to Howard for the dunk, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers start right off with a three, ladies and gentlemen. They start right off with that three. Come on, ESPN, update your site. There we go. Let's take the cover off up here as well. And we are underway. Hero with it for the Heat on the other end. Kicks it to 55. Back to Hero, who shoots it from the outside baseline and makes it. Tie ball game 2-2, 11:24 remaining in the first. LeBron brings it up past the NBA logos. Lakers are wearing their white-on-white uniforms. Miami wearing their black-on-black. Lakers traveling left to right on your TV set. LeBron dribble drives to the side of the key, tries to pass it. It's intercepted by the Heat. Here comes Butler the other direction. Heat going right to left on your TV. Butler at the top of the three-point area, kicks it to 55, who kicks it then to the corner to Hero, who drives the lane, loses it. LeBron ends up with the steal and drives hard to the basket with the left hand. And the N1. LeBron sinks the two, and he'll go to the free throw line for the N1. Anonymous checks in and says, what's going on, Mad Viking? What's going on? Laker basketball is what's going on, my friend. 12 berserkers in the chat tonight here on Valhalla Sports Talk's Lakers Showtime Live. Anonymous says the pandemic, Pats vs. Chiefs tomorrow should be good. Bobby's going to be doing that game on his channel. So tomorrow night, if you're a Patriots fan or you just want to be in a stream for that channel, Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk will be covering that game on his channel. Thor making noise outside. LeBron hit his free throws, so it's 4-2. Butler drives to the basket and dunks it home. Butler is not ready to lay down for these Lakers. 13 berserkers in the house. LeBron bringing the ball up. Kicks it to Denny Green on his left. Back to LeBron. Weird view on the TV. Green is over on that far side. Kicks it over here to Caldwell Pope, who drives baseline, loses it. Davis with the rebound. Kick back out to LeBron. Shot clock running down. LeBron gets into the lane and banks it off the glass. 4-2. Banks it off the glass. 4-2. Here come the Heat the other direction. Leonard takes a shot from three-point land for the Heat and drains it. Absolutely drained it, ladies and gentlemen. 6-7 is your score. Miami leading. Lakers bringing the ball up. Here we go. Pope. Dribble drive into the lane. Kicks it out to the corner to Denny Green, who puts up a three. Misses it. Rebounded by the Heat. Here we go. Number 99 over to 55. Over to Jimmy Butler at the top of the ring. Back to 99. Over to the corner to Hero. Dribble drives through the lane with LeBron defending. LeBron blocks his shit, and the Lakers are headed the other direction. A block by LeBron James. He said, get that mess out of here. They throw it down low to Howard here. Pope does. And Howard is fouled on the play. Howard is foul. Anonymous says, be right back. I got to go grab some candy from the store. All right. 15 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as Lakers Showtime Live. It's added here in Game 3 of these NBA Finals. Lakers cycling it around at the three-point line. Denny Green drives the lane, throws up some bullshit left-handed rainbow. Ends up getting it back and then misses a three. Thor the Wonder Dog is outside barking loudly. Here come the Heat. 6-7 is the score. Miami leading. Miami dribble drive into lane. 99 takes a three-pointer and nails it. The Heat are not playing. 10-6 is the score. Miami leading. Lakers bringing it up. Pope back to LeBron. LeBron calls out the play and something's called underneath. Heat called for an off-ball foul underneath the basket. Ooh, Howard with the dunk on the Lakers end. Howard with the dunk on the inbound. Here come the Heat. Butler on the right side. Dribble drive to the side of the lane. Kicks it underneath to Zero, who scores it. Who's that Zero guy? Myers Leonard. Pope. Back to LeBron. Back to Pope. All this taken outside of the three-point lane. LeBron tries to throw it underneath to Anthony Davis, and it goes out of bounds for a turnover on the Lakers. 12-8 is your score, ladies and gentlemen. 7:55 remaining in the first. Heat coming up the other direction. They cycle it around the three-point line, and it gets kicked underneath to number 55, I believe, who laid it up and in. Lakers turn it over on the other end. This is a huge run by the Heat, and Butler dunks it on the other end. Lakers are going to have to take a timeout and talk about it because they're getting their ass whooped. They are getting their booties whipped. See what I was telling you? See what I told you about trap games? The Lakers better wake up. Sebastian said he's got an app that lets him watch NFL games and the red zone. 12 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. I'm going to step away for just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. 11 berserkers in the chat today. 16-8 is your score now. 7:31 remaining in the first. King Yellowman says, let's go LA. Let's get our heads out of our booties. Let's get our heads out of our booties. So during the break there, I took a little peek at the old competition, ladies and gentlemen. Big simpin'. If it looks like a rat and sounds like a rat, it's probably a rat, ladies and gentlemen. Probably a rat, ladies and gentlemen. Against the Lakers. Against the Lakers. 700 people in his chat. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. 16-8 is the score, ladies and gentlemen. We're still in a TV timeout. 12 berserkers up in here. Lakers Showtime live on a new channel, Valhalla Sports Talk, here on YouTube. A Laker channel for Laker fans. By a Lakers fan, actually. It's a rarity in today's YouTube game. A rarity that someone actually likes the team that they're streaming. I know, it's crazy. Sebastian says, please, how do I get Sunday ticket for free? Well, I don't know how to tell you, Sebastian. I guess you have to be a customer of theirs for 20 plus years. and then threaten to turn him off. Threaten to turn him off if they don't give you a Sunday ticket for free. Switch TV 2 to this Sunday night football game, I suppose. Bobby asks if I got the clip that he sent me on Messenger. I'll have to check here in the timeout here, Bobby. I'll check it. All right, Lakers bringing the ball up here with some issues here. LeBron got the ball, kicks it to Davis on the side of the key. Davis can't get a hold of it. Touched out of bounds. That's going to be Heat ball. Going to be Heat ball. LeBron shaking his head at Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis walks by and says, "Shut the hell up, LeBron. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me." The Heat, number 99, inside the key, puts up a jumper. It's missed. Rebounded by LeBron. Here comes LeBron with the ball on the left side of the court. Dribbles between his legs, goes to the hoop baseline, and misses it, but he's fouled by Crowder. Jay Crowder fouls him on the side. 12 berserkers up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as Thor's army continues to grow. LeBron James to the free throw line. LeBron James headed to the free throw line. Bobby messaged me something. All right, so here's the link, I guess. Bobby, it didn't come up as a link, dude. It came up as a video, and I don't know how to save link as. All right, so LeBron makes that shot there. Here come the Heat. I don't know if you can put these in the stream like that, though. A long shot from three land by the Heat, rebounded by James, who's coming up on the right side of the court. Going against Hero, he kicks it to Denny Green in three-point land. Denny Green into the key, kicks it to Davis to the side. Davis turns on his defender, gets it to Green again, back in three-point land. Back to Davis, who's now has joined him in that area. Back to Green. Green looks like he's about to lose it, puts up a prayer. It clanks off the rim and is rebounded by Miami. And here they come. 55 takes a long three-pointer, misses badly, rebounded by Caldwell Pope, who gives it up to LeBron. LeBron bringing it up as the point guard of the Lakers. Over to Pope in the corner. To Davis right next to him. Davis turns on his defender, number 28. Davis starts backing in now. Stuck at the baseline. And he turns it over. So here come the Heat. Here come the Heat. 13 berserkers up in the chat. Long three-point attempt by the Heat. Rebounded by Caldwell Pope again, who gives it back up to LeBron. LeBron decides to go into the lane. Falls down. Heat get it. It's another turnover by the Lakers. Back the other direction we go. 55, alley-oop to Butler. Pope blocks that. Pope's playing good defense. He might be the only Laker. Howard comes out and fouls this shooter. Lakers look discombobulated out there, ladies and gentlemen. They look discombobulated. Packers Nation says, "Well, y'all, won today." Yes, we did, my friend. Yes, we did. Anonymous says, "Iggy defense starting to show. Let's go. Let's friggin' go." Let's friggin' go. Let me hide behind my little desk. All right, Kuzma entering the game for Denny Green. Joel R says, "Come on, what are we doing?" I agree. We're getting our ass kicked. 17-9 is the score, ladies and gentlemen. 17-9 is the score in this game. 5:26 remaining in the first. The Heat without two of their stars again tonight. Two of their stars on the pine. Injured. 16 berserkers in the chat. All right, these free throws, he hits both of them. Kuzma inbounds it for the Lakers. Gives it up to Rondo. Playoff Rondo wearing a headband tonight with some bright yellow shoes. Kicks it to Davis on the left side. And Davis immediately throws it out of bounds for yet another Lakers turnover. It'll be interesting to see these turnovers. 8-1 is the turnover number. Lakers have turned it over 8 times to Miami's 1. Butler drives into the lane, puts up another one, and scores again. 20-9 is the lead, an 11-point lead for the Heat. Rondo dribbles baseline, gives it up to Kuzma, who's running around the three-point area. Before he gives up his dribble, gives it to Davis. Davis turns it over again. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Davis. So everything is going wrong for the Lake Show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is going wrong. Jorge Gomez says, "Hey guys, what's up?" And Bobby says, "I chopped your reaction up so you could upload it as a video." Yeah, I don't think I know how to do that, Bobby. I saved it to my desktop, but I don't know how to drop it in the chat. Anyway, here come the Heat. Heat dribbling around the three-point area. Caruso's in the game now. Miami finally turns it over. 20-9 is the score, ladies and gentlemen. 4:32 left here in the first. Kuzma taking a long three-pointer that he obviously misses, like he always does. And here come the Heat. Jimmy Butler coming up on the right side of the court. Heat traveling right to left on your TV screen. He gives it up to the hippie guy. He drives the lane, and there's a foul called, I believe, on Anthony Davis. So Davis has 2 personal fouls already here with 4:16 left in the first quarter. Davis already has 2 personal fouls. Sebastian said, "You told me to be a fan of the Vikings, so I need Sunday ticket." Big Mac checks in, says, "Vikings won today, finally, my second favorite NFL team. Welcome to the stream, Big Mac." And Jorge says this is the first time he's seen the Heat up. They are whooping our booty on both ends of the court. Whipping it on both ends of the court. 15 Berserkers up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 15 is your number. Butler takes to the bench for the Heat. And Olnick makes his free throws. Here we go. Score is now 22-9 with 3:52 remaining here in the first quarter. LeBron back in the game for the Lakers to Rondo. Rondo at the top of the key. Kicks it to the corner to Kuzma. Back down low to the side of the key to LeBron. LeBron backing in on his defender. Looking for somebody to pass to. The only one moving on the court was Caruso, but Rondo ends up with it and puts up a prayer that clanks off the back of the backboard. Rebounded by the Heat. Here they come. Hero over to Olnick. Over to 25, who kicks it to the corner. Olnick ends up with it in that corner. Gives it to Hero underneath, who puts up a flying layup with his right hand. Misses it. Rebound by Rondo. Gives it up to James, who does a spinny-do prayer in the lane. They're going to get called for a trip. Miami's called for a trip there. LeBron got bailed out by some big feet. Big feet just bailed out the Lakers superstar. Joel R says we're playing like hot garbage. And Soul Lender just enlisted in Thor's army. Welcome to the Berserkers, my friend. Thor, General Thor, will be proud of you. Soul Lender checks in, says, "Hello, what's up, Soul Lender? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Lakers Showtime Live here on Valhalla Sports Talk." Andrew Iguodala on the court now, and he was the one called for the foul on James there. And all he did was stick his foot out there, and James tripped over it. James having major difficulty at the free throw line, nails the second of 2, and that cuts the score 22-10, a 12-point lead for the Heat as they bring it up. Olnick gets the ball, kicks it over to the right. It's stolen by Rondo. Rondo gets the ball, crosses half court, kicks it to, I think that's LeBron. And LeBron gets fouled underneath the basket going to the hoop. Fouled underneath the basket. Solomon Hill was called for the shooting foul there, and LeBron's headed to the free throw line for 2. 13 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron gets ready for his first of 2. Makes the first one. Makes the first one, ladies and gentlemen. Rondo, after he stole that ball, he had a lot of traffic around him, and he did a good job to get that ball to James. LeBron puts up his second free throw and nails it. 22-12 is your score. 10-point lead for Miami. They're bringing it up, left side of the court. And we've got a timeout on the court, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout on the court. 22-12 is your score. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter, and I have to use the restroom real fast. I'll be right back. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Apologize for that. I had to use the restroom. That's what happens when you drink a lot of beer. 10 berserkers in the chat. Soul Leonard says, never mind, just calling play-by-play of this game. What about you? Doing the same thing. Anonymous asks if Bobby saw my woo. Bobby made a clip of it, apparently, is what he's telling me. Bobby made a clip of it. Anonymous says, tinkle break. You got to do what you got to do, Anonymous. You gots to do what you gots to do. 10 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The little stream, the new guy on the block, out here dealing with weasels. Weasels, ladies and gentlemen. Charlatans that can't stand the Los Angeles Lakers and making money off their fans who are dumb enough to go in there and watch their streams. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. Gaming with Eli says LA is going to get a comeback and win. We hope so. We hope so, Eli. Back to the action. Heat to inbound this ball. Anonymous says he's waiting for the Niners to get going. All right, Heat missed their shot. LeBron coming back on the right side of the court. Backs in on his defender. Kicks it to a driving Kuzma, and it's turned over. Heat going the other way. Hero hard to the basket. LeBron comes behind him, blocks the shot, but absolutely destroys him. Just bullies him. And Hero ends up on the ground underneath the hoop. Hero tried to go up with the left hand. LeBron came in there and tried to swat that shit all the way down through the ground, through the core of the earth, all the way to China. All right, I don't know what happened there. I guess they didn't call a foul. It was out of bounds. So a clean block by LeBron. He'd end up turning the ball over. Caruso inbounds the ball to Morris. Morris back to Caruso. Caruso's playing the point now, bringing it up on the left side. Gives it to Kuzma, who's cycling at the three-point line. Rondo gets it. Goes to his right, over to Caruso in the corner. Back out to Morris, over to Kuzma, who takes a three and nails it. Kuzma in rhythm, nails a three-pointer. That makes the score 22-15, ladies and gentlemen. 22-15 Heat lead with 2:02 remaining in the first. On the other end, the Heat cycle it around. 25 takes a three-pointer. It's missed, but it's rebounded by them. We got an off-ball foul somewhere. Soul Lender says the Browns game was the best. 13 berserkers in the chat. This fella Hill checks out. He did a good job for the Heat. Butler to inbound with Kuzma defending. Inbounds it, gives it up to Olenek. Olenek back to Jimmy Butler, who drives into the lane against Kuzma, does a fadeaway jumper and drains it. Leads back up to 9 in this game, 24-15. Here come the Lakers. Rondo at the top of the key. Dribble drives, penetration. It ends up back outside in three-point land. Kuzma with another three from straight away. Missed badly off the back of the rim. Here come the Heat. Jimmy Butler with Kuzma defending. Kicked out to 28 in the corner, who puts up a three with LeBron defending, and he misses it. Rondo rebounds it, bringing it up for the Lakers. LeBron applies a pick. Rondo gets around it, but decides to give it back to James. They're cycling around three-point land. Morris takes a three-pointer from the corner and nails it, ladies and gentlemen. A three from Morris. Here come the Heat. Jimmy Butler, right side of the court, stops at the three-point line. He's got Morris on him defending. He passes it to Olenek, but Kuzma fouls Olenek immediately. So Olenek is going to go to the free throw line for two. Soul, like pretty much giving you a shout out a couple times, my friend. Shout out to Soul. 13 berserkers in the chat. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. The officials are in a huddle here trying to figure out something. LeBron's arguing his point. Olenek arguing his. Slaps LeBron on the chest. LeBron says, no, I don't like you slap me on the chest. Anyway, Olenek's going to take some free throws here, no matter who likes what. Here we go. Olenek's first free throw. Clanks off the front of the rim and in. I mean, obvious foul on Kuzma there. And the second free throw by Olenek goes. I learned that dude's name. I know who he is. Here we go. Lakers inbound the ball. Caruso bringing it up on the right side of the court. Pauses at the three-point line. Kicks it over to, I believe that's Rondo, who puts up a three, and I think he was fouled in the act of shooting. Oh, no, that was Morris that took that shot, ladies and gentlemen. That was Morris. And I think he's going to the line for three. I think he's going to the line for three, ladies and gentlemen. Nails the first one. Nails the first one, ladies and gentlemen. 14 berserkers in the chat. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Lakers Showtime Live. Next shot. Clanks off the rim. So he's 1 for 1. 1 for 1. And the third one will decide it. Morris with his third free throw coming up. Third free throw. Hits the side of the rim and turns around and round and round and then drops. So he went 2 of 3 at the line there. 26-20 is the score. Heat lead. 17.7 seconds remaining. Excuse me, 30 seconds remaining. Olenek down low to Butler. They're running out of time. Butler dribble drive into the lane from the top of the key. Missed it. Rondo rebounds. 17 seconds remaining. Rondo slows down for some reason. I don't know why he started walking all funny, but he kicked it over to James at the top of the NBA logo. The NBA Finals logo. Back to Kuzma. Out to Morris. Back to LeBron, who thought about a three but decided to penetrate the lane. Kicks it out to Kuzma for three. And Kuzma nails it, ladies and gentlemen. Kuzma nails it. 26-23 is your score at the end of one, ladies and gentlemen. Miami just kicking their butt through most of this quarter, but the Lakers get it within three as the quarter comes to a close. Julian Cruz is back in the La Casita. Back in the Lakers Showtime Live La Casita. Let's take a look at the stats for tonight's game so far. Let's take a little peek. You'll see that little deal up top move, so we'll just cover it up here by the magic of Valhalla Sports Talk. So taking a quick look at the team stats as we end the first quarter. Field goal percentage, Lakers 53.8, Miami 42.9. Three-point percentage, Lakers 42.9, Miami 28.6. Huge difference there. Lakers hitting their threes. Miami's not hitting them at all. Turnovers, this is a big stat. Lakers have given 10 turnovers so far. Miami only 3. And rebounds. Rebounds today, 10 for the Lakers and not 6 for the Miami Heat. 6 for the Heat. As far as scores on the game here, let's see what we got here. LeBron James got him 8. See if I can pull this full box score up. All right, so here's the full box score here. Davis has no points in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, so that's not good. LeBron James with 8. He's the leading scorer for the Lakers. Kuzma with 6, Morris with 5, and Dwight Howard with 4. So we need Anthony Davis to get it going. For the Heat, the leading scorer for the Miami Heat here in the first quarter, Jimmy Butler with 8 points, Leonard with 5, Olenek with 4 off the bench. So that's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go back to the game cast here so we're a little courts ready when we get back. Bring off our covers here. And we're ready to get back at it here in the second quarter. 14 Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers Showtime Live. Here on Valhalla Sports Talk. The little channel that could on YouTube. The little channel that could. Let's take a quick look at our sub count here. Sub count, ladies and gentlemen. As they go to another commercial break. They came back from a commercial to go right back into one. That's how they get us, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they get us. 714 is a subscriber count, which is what we started tonight's stream as. So, not sure how we lost one and gained one, but that's what happens. That is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. That is what happens. 15 Berserkers in the chat. 714 on the subscriber count. This video currently, it looks like, has 19 likes. So I appreciate those of you that took the time out of your day to hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Julian says the dance that LeBron's doing, he's doing it so aggressive. You talking about this one, Julian? He's just having a little fun, my man. He's just having a little fun, saying, let's go, Lakers. Let's go. LeBron saying, Valhalla is for Laker fans, by a Laker fan. We're back to the action in this game. Olenek cycling it around three-point land. He ends up back with the ball. Kicks it over to Butler on the right, who has Kuzma guarding him. He drives baseline, throws up a prayer. It's caught by LeBron, and here come the Lakers. Laker corner to Caruso, over to 88. Morris, who nails a three to tie this ball game up at 26-26. Lakers steal it On the inbound, Kuzma takes another three, misses it badly. So 26-26 is your score, 11:15 remaining here in the second. Here come the Heat. Butler. Iguodala gets it underneath and dunks it home, ladies and gentlemen. Easy buckets, ladies and gentlemen. Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. LeBron pulling on his jersey like it's 2 sizes too small, like he always does. Back to Rondo, give and go to Rondo, who kicks it out to the corner to Green. Back to Caruso, who thought about driving the lane but changed his mind. And it cycles around to Morris at the top of the three-point line, and he misses a shot badly off the back of the rim. Here comes Olenek for the Heat. Gets confused, gives it up to Hero. Hero puts up a jump shot that's rebounded by James, and the Lakers are running and gunning the other direction. Over to Morris. He tries an alley-oop to James on his right. It's intercepted by the Heat. Butler bringing it back the other direction. Hero from three-point land. Misses off the top of the rim. Rebounded by LeBron. Kuzma driving to the lane, side of the key, puts up a shot. Nails it, a layup off the glass, and he gets fouled, so he'll go to the line for the N1. Davis still on the bench for the Lakers. He, of course, has 2 fouls in this game. 14 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 14 is our count. Anthony Davis put his hand out to get a little bit of dap from Kuzma, and Kuzma just walked right past him. So Davis high-fived himself. And Kuzma nails his free throw. So the Lakers have their first lead in this ballgame, 29-28, 10:06 remaining in the second quarter. Butler bringing it up past the NBA Finals logo. Kicks it to Olenek, who gives it back. Can't see this guy's number, to 25. Who's 25 on the Heat? Back to Olenek, who puts up a right-handed layup. Misses it. Lakers rebounded, hit coming the other way. LeBron dribble drive penetration into the lane, puts it up with his right hand, misses off the back of the hoop. Heat going the other way. Butler straight downtown. Then they kick it outside. A big three taken from the outside, missed by the Heat. Lakers rebounded. Here we come. Caruso on the right side of your court. Lakers traveling left to right on your TV set. It's kicked down on the right side of the key to LeBron, who turns on Jimmy Butler, who's defending him. Away from the ball, foul called on the Heat. Number 25 has his hands on his hip and he's arguing. That was probably him. Joel R. says Kuzma's trying to earn that ring. Kuzma wants him a ring. He wants a ring to show the Instagram bunnies. He'll be like, hey, Instagram bunny, look at my NBA championship ring. And they'll be all like, ooh, Kuzma. Lakers with the ball, kicking it around the three-point area. Kuzma lining up his defender, dribbling through his legs like he's an NBA star. Kicked out of the corner to Morris. Puts up a three. He misses it off the front of the rim. Heat rebounded, coming back the other direction. Right to left on your TV screen, ladies and gentlemen. Butler to 9, back underneath. Easy bucket for the Heat. They're on a layup there, and I think the Lakers want to talk about this. Miami retakes the lead, 30-29 here with 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 17 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That's our high for today as Thor's Army continues to grow here on Lakers Showtime Live. So that was an interesting start to the second quarter there. Lakers fight all the way back, take the lead there, and then just before this timeout here, Miami comes back and goes up by 1. 30-29 is the score. 30-29 is the score, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody in the chat, hit me up in the chat and tell me who was the star of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Who was the star of the first quarter in today's Game 3 of the NBA Finals? Trevor says if the Lakers want to sweep, they will have to earn it. That's correct. If they want to do anything, they're going to have to earn it. They have to win 2 more games to win this championship, and there's no way that the Heat are just going to give it to them. Everything earned. Everything earned in life, ladies and gentlemen. 16 berserkers up in the chat here on Los Angeles Lakers Showtime Live. Having fun doing this game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable doing my play-by-play of these basketball games. And another commercial break here. 16 berserkers in the chat. I didn't see anyone put up in the chat who they thought was the star of quarter one. That's all right if you're shy. Don't put nothing in there. Trevor says Butler was the star of the first quarter, but Kuzma played well, and so did James. That's correct. That is correct, my friend. So Anthony Davis coming into this game for LeBron James. Denny Green headed out as well. 13 berserkers in the chat. Trevor says too many turnovers. That's correct. The turnover count, as I mentioned, was heavily in favor of the Heat. Lakers turning it over way too much. Lakers turning it over way too much, which is a real bad sign because the Heat have their best rebounder out of the game tonight with an injury. All right, so we're about to get back at this thing, ladies and gentlemen. Back at it with 8:46 remaining here in the second quarter. All right, Lakers cycling it around a little bit. Rondo to Davis, who shoots a three from way downtown. Bang! 3 points for Anthony Davis from the corner, ladies and gentlemen, and he makes his presence felt just in time. Trevor said Davis needs to score something. So he said, you know what, Trevor, I'm going to put up a three here, and I'm going to nail it. And while you're in Lakers Showtime live chat, you'll say, Anthony Davis is the man, because he listened to me. On the other end, Butler fouled when he goes to the hoop. He's going to go to the charity stripe. He was fouled by Denny Green, number 14. Nobody falls down like Denny Green. Nobody falls to the floor like Denny Green. 32-30 is your score. Lakers are now leading. 8:34 remaining, and Butler is to the line for two. He misses the first one badly. Misses that first one badly, ladies and gentlemen. Decides to do a little calisthenics stretching at the free throw line. Maybe that'll make his second shot look better than that first one because it looked really bad. 19 berserkers in the chat. Butler's second free throw is up, and it rattles home. So a 1 point lead for the Lakers. Lakers bringing it up. Rondo brings it past the finals logo. Alley-oop to Davis under the hoop for the slam. Alley-oop to Davis underneath the hoop for the slam. Rondo to Davis. Nice. A jumper on the other end by the Heat. Made. Nunn was the one that shot that one and made it. Here we go. Lakers the other end. Rondo with it at the three-point line in the corner. Waits for the Lakers to start cycling. Now Rondo has backed himself into the corner. And I think there's going to be an off-ball foul there. Jay Crowder tried to stop that alley-oop to Davis. Rondo put it up. Davis was facing Rondo and then dunked it backwards. Beautiful play. Beautiful play by Mr. Davis. Kuzma to inbound the ball for these Lakers on the other end. Caruso takes a three and nails it. Caruso from way downtown, bang. And LeBron's laughing on the bench as Caruso just drained it. Heat trying to cycle it around. Olnick has it. Takes a long shot. It's missed. Rebounded by Rondo. But I think they're going to call somebody on the Lakers for an off-ball foul. Perhaps Rondo. Trevor says Davis did that on cue. Now he's about to get hot. 20 berserkers in the chat. Welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us here on Lakers Showtime Live. Heat cycling it. 99 ends up with it in the corner and nails a three. Jay Crowder from three-point land. And we're going back and forth, back and forth. Lakers lead 37-36. Rondo bringing it up on the other end. Lakers traveling from left to right on your TV screen. And Rondo throws it to an invisible man on the left side and out of bounds for another Lakers turnover, ladies and gentlemen. Another silly Lakers turnover. Here come the Heat. Heat dribble drive into the lane. I think that was Butler who lays it up with his right hand. So Butler puts the Heat back in the lead, 38-37. Rondo to Kuzma. Kuzma thinks about a three, passes it up, kicks it to Caruso in the corner. But there's an offensive foul on the Lakers underneath the basket. And I think they called it on Davis. No, that was on Kuzma. Kuzma, the foul on Kuzma. It looks like Caldwell Pope is getting ready to re-enter the game for the Lakers. Joel R. checks in and says, let's go Lakers. 19 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 38-37 is your score. Heat leading with 6:43 remaining in the second. Heat inbound the ball. Jimmy Butler bringing it up on the right side of the court. Heat traveling right to left. The Lakers separate the C's, and Butler says, screw that, I'm just going to the hoop. But somehow he misses it. Lakers the other direction. Caldwell Pope from three-point land misses it. Tries to get his own rebound. Runs into Butler, but they call Caldwell Pope for the foul. He was kind of out of control there. Probably a good call by the officials. Trevor says the Lakers are going to win it, but it's going to be a lot closer. At one point there, man, they just, like the Red Sea just parted for Butler, and he was like, well, shit, I'll just run it all the way in. But then he decided to pass at the last minute for some weird reason. It was turned over. He'd inbound the ball. Butler has it. Kicks it over to Pope. Called for another foul there. He's not guilty. He's screaming, I'm not guilty. I wasn't guilty. I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. So anywho, here come the Heat. They're inbounding the ball from the side. Butler ends up with it. Gives it to Olnick. Back to Butler. Butler dribble drive penetration into the lane. And Morris blocks his shot. Blocks his shot out of bounds. It's still going to be Heat ball. No, he was actually fouled. He's at the line. Butler at the line for two. He makes free throw one. Bobby checks in and says, how them Lakers look, Valhalla? They look rough, dude. They look absolutely rough. Major issues turning over the ball. Major issues turning over the ball tonight. They seem to be not rebounding very well either. But as we sit, 39-37 is your score with 6:32 remaining here in the second. Lakers bringing it up. Caruso over to Davis on the left side. Back to Morris at the top of three-point land. It ends up with Pope, who drives baseline and then tries to throw it over to Caruso in the corner, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Heat. Knocked out of bounds. King Yellowman checks back in and says, let's go L.A. Trevor says the Lakers are going to have to clean up the turnovers and go inside more. I totally agree with you. Rondo from the outside takes a three-point prayer, misses it badly off the front of the rim. Heat rebound, here they come again. Already leading 40-37. Mid-range jumper from Butler drains, and the Heat are on another mini run right here, and the Lakers want to talk it over. 42-37 is your score. 6:05 remaining in the second. Lakers came back in this one, and now the Heat are starting to pull away again with another mini run here, 42-37. Julian Cruz says Lakers comeback. You're going to have to if they want to get the dub in this one. 24 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 24 berserkers in the chat. Let's go, Lakers. Let's friggin' go. 24 is our high today as Thor's army continues to grow. Trevor reports that Butler is killing us and we need to stop him. I agree. Let's see what Butler's doing. He's got 15 points on the night. 6 for 8 field goals, right? 0 for 0 from three-point land, so he's going to the bucket. He's got 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 15 points, as I mentioned. He's the high scorer for these Miami Heat. Thor, the wonder dog, out there barking in the background. I think it's time for dinner for Thor. Sebastian says, I'm eating some food. I knew the Lakers would come back. What are you having, Sebastian? 23 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. We're in yet another commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. In another commercial break. The group on the floor right now for the Lakers, nobody really stands out as someone that's having a good game. The leader of this group that's out on the floor is Morris with 8 points. Anthony Davis, who struggled in that first quarter, put up a whopping 0, now has 5 points in the game. Now has 5 points. Jay Crowder for the Heat is having a decent game. 8 points right now. He's 3 for 5. Field goals, 2 for 3 from three-point range. 23 berserkers in the chat. Joel R says he's having some pork tacos. And Sebastian is chowing down on some barbecue with some white rice. Healthy food choices by the berserkers today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by Sebastian anyway. Maybe not by Joel. Trevor Cody going to get crazy tonight. Trevor's going to get crazy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to chow down on some oatmeal just because he feels like it. Just because he feels like it. And if you don't agree that Trevor should have some oatmeal, that's tough. He feels like having it, so he's going to have it. 20 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. We're about to get back to action. Over here on TV2, I do have the 49ers game up. Berserkers up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Score 42-37, 5:50 remaining in the second quarter. 5:50 remaining in this second quarter. Lakers bringing it up. Morris to Rondo, who's on the left side of the court. Gives it up to James at the top of the three-point arc. James to the corner to Rondo, who dribbles, drives to the side of the key. They give it up to Morris in the corner. Morris misses a shot off the back of the rim. Butler rebounds for the Heat. Butler to Olenek, who brings it past full court, or past half court. Then gives it up to Crowder, who puts up a 3, misses it. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers on the right side of the court. They cycle it around in three-point land. Davis thought about a 3, and then it gets called for an offensive foul. That's going to be like 4 on Davis. An offensive foul on Davis versus Olenek. They're bringing J.R. Smith into the game for the Lakers, so you know shit is fucked up. Wow, Davis takes to the bench, and the Heat are cycling it around up here in three-point land. Davis Jimmy Butler gives it up to Crowder, who puts up a left-handed shot, and it just goes home. 44-37, ladies and gentlemen. The Heat trying to extend that lead. 44-37 with 4:42 remaining here in the second quarter. Lakers on the other end, cycling around in three-point land. Get it inside, LeBron. Behind the back to Morris, who then decides to dribble into the lane, puts up a weak right-handed shot, blocked. Heat get the rebound, and away they go. Ooh, a weird fall. Weird fall on the other end. I'm not sure who that was bringing it up for the Heat, but it looks like he hit a wet spot on the court and went down awkwardly. Lakers on the other end. James into the post, makes the shot and the N1, and he'll go to the free throw line. He will go to the free throw line. 44-39 is the score. That foul was called on Olenek, a shooting foul. Of course, LeBron made the shot, so he is going to shoot the N1. Trevor says, good job on those Vikings winning number one. Sebastian says, you must be. I'm not sure what that meant. Joel R says, it's come to J.R. Schmidt. Schmidt, we're talking shit. We're talking an L. I missed if LeBron made that last shot. He made his free throw, so now the score is 44-40 in this game. And it looks like the Heat want to talk about it. Heat want to talk about it. All right, Sebastian, something about Rich having Sunday ticket and how you watch Dodger games. Thought you can't watch them on DirecTV. You can watch the Dodgers with the MLB package. The last month of the season was like $15. No, I'm not rich. And Joel R says he's going to roll one up. Joel R says he's going to roll him a fatty. Try to get over the stress of this game. Berserkers up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. I think it's time for another Bud Light Gelada. I think it's time. I think I'll wait till the half and go grab that puppy. 21 Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get back to this thing. We're about to get back to this thing. Just quick check-in on TV2. Just quick check-in. The Sunday night game between the Eagles and the 49ers is knotted at 0-0 in that game, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like that game's being played in San Francisco, and it looks like Frisco has the ball. All right, Butler fighting for the basket underneath. He puts up one, he misses it, and then fights for the rebound, gets it, and isn't able to convert. The Lakers are going to inbound the ball from underneath the basket. Trevor says the Dodgers are blacked out with the package local. I'm in Arizona, though, guys. I live in southern Arizona. 21 Berserkers in the chat. Here we go. LeBron dribble drive into the lane, gives it up to Morris, who dunks it. Dunks it home. Morris having a good first half here for the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. Butler bringing it up for the Heat. Kicks it over to, I think that's Olenek, who flopped. That was actually Duncan Robinson, a little flopping ass. Anyway, he made his shot but didn't get the foul. Lakers coming the other way. LeBron gives it back to Caruso. Caruso dribble drive penetration into the lane, puts it up with his right hand, and he's fouled badly. Slides underneath the basket. And he's going to go to the basket for the free throws. Duncan Robinson called for that shooting foul. Whatever. These announcers are so biased always. 47-42 is the score, ladies and gentlemen, with 3:35 remaining in the second. Caruso puts up a shot from the free throw line, makes it. Andre Iguodala is entering the game for Kelly Olynyk. And Caruso made both of his free throws, or he's about to. Anyway, through the magic of television and the internet, he's about to make his second free throw. Here we go. Heat inbound the ball. 47-44 remains the score. 3:32 remaining here in the second. Jimmy Butler bringing it up on the right side. Gives it up. Gets it back. Puts a shot out from the side of the key. It's missed badly. Heat gets corral the rebound. And then they try a behind the back pass. Crowder did. And it's a turnover. Caruso inbounding it for the Lakers. Gives it up to LeBron, who crosses the NBA Finals logo. He's directing traffic. Dribble drive penetration into the lane. Lays it up with his right hand. And it goes home. Beautiful shot by LeBron James. Here come the Heat. 47-46. Lakers trying to get this thing. Trying to get back in the lead. Heat cycling it at the three-point line. Crowder, dribble drive penetration into the lane. Puts it up with his right hand and lays it up and in. And he's defending LeBron on the inbound. So Caruso gives it up to Morris, who gives it back to Caruso. Caruso point guards it past the NBA Finals logo. Dribble drive penetration to the left of the key. They kick it to the corner for 21. Puts up a shot. It does not go. Who's 21 on the Lakers? Okay, the Heat missed the shot on the other side. LeBron ends up with it. Runs into some disruption before he gets in the lane. Oh, that's J.R. Smith is 21. That's why I don't know who the fuck he is. Here you go. He coming the other way. Butler dribble drive through the lane, puts it up, and it drops home. So Butler's keep doing this thing pretty much on his own. 51-46 is the score with 1:54 remaining here in the second. Lakers bringing it up. LeBron at the top of the three-point line. Gives it up and gets it back. Dribbling with his right hand. Kicks it to Caruso on the right. Caruso tries to set up his man. Dribbles into the lane. Puts up a right-handed floater. There's going to be a foul. Nunn gets called for his third personal foul here in the first half. No, Trevor, the Diamondbacks aren't blacked out here either. Johnny Flores checks in and says, I can't watch the game because I'm making carne asada. But he's hearing it here. That's cool, my man. I'm glad you're here. 18 berserkers in the chat. Save me some carne asada. I like mine medium rare. $18 berserkers in the chat as Alex Caruso takes to the free throw line. Rondo enters the game for Markieff Morris. And Caruso makes both his free throws. Here come the Heat. Here come the Heat. 51-48 is the score. Heat leading. Hero tries to put a move on LeBron James. Gives it up. Ends up underneath the Butler, who puts up a layup and makes it. Rondo gets the ball, yelling profusely. Gets to the three-point line, trying to wait for the Lakers to catch up to his fast little ass. He's still on the right side of the key. Kicks it to James. James directs traffic, but nobody's going anywhere. They're just standing there. James goes to the right after he gets a pick. He puts up a long three, and James nails it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely drains it. That was a 28-footer. Other end, Hill puts us up another three for the Heat, too, and makes it a perfect answer on the other end. Hill says, not today. We're answering this shit. 56-51 is the score. Clock running down here in the first half. 43-42. Rondo with the ball, right side of the court. Kicks it to James at the top of the arc. James guarded by 55. Kicks it over to 21. Smith. And Smith nails a three, ladies and gentlemen. J.R. Smith with the three from the right side of the court. Here we go on the other end. They cycle it around three-point land. Hero ends up with it and gets fouled. I think he was fouled by Caruso. Actually, the foul was called on LeBron James. LeBron James called for the foul. Score 57-54, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian, for the 18th time, says Sunday ticket and MLB are a lot of money. You must be rich. They're not a lot of money. Joel R. says, J.R. Smith, I apologize. You are a champion. 17 Berserkers. Trevor said it's the Crowder Butler show right now. Okay, so Hero makes both his free throws. Lakers inbound the ball. Here comes the Lakers. Here comes the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron James brings it past the NBA Finals logo, pauses, directs traffic a little bit, kicks it out to 21, who's in the corner. That's Smith again. Puts up a prayer. This time it's not answered. And they play volleyball, but it does not go home. So we're headed to the half. We're headed to the half, ladies and gentlemen. Heat lead this game, 58-54, ladies and gentlemen. 58-54 is your score here in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. As we head to the half, I'm going to step away for Sebastian, says J.R. Hennessy Smith. 17 Berserkers in the chat. Let me cover this deal up here. Put Kobe up on TV2 there. We're going to cover up this thing here for the Lakers fan, by a Lakers fan. And I'm going to step away for a few minutes, use the restroom, grab a drink, and maybe get something to snack on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Still in the halftime here. Got me another little chilada. I'm on my second round of bratwurst for the day. I'm a happy guy. Joel R says, we got this. AD is mad. James is mad. J.R. Smith is not that high. 11 berserkers in the chat. Trevor tells me to enjoy my break. I thank you, my friend. Glad you stuck around, hopefully. Glad you stuck around as we're getting smoked. Absolutely smoked by these other YouTubers. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Anonymous, bang, bang, Niner gang. Quick check on TV2 here shows Philadelphia leading the Niners 8-0, ladies and gentlemen. 3:17 remaining in the first. Anonymous says the Heat are looking tough. Not as tough as this bratwurst I'm eating. Julian Cruz checks back in and says, all right, I'm back. I was charging my phone. I was charging my phone over in Canada. Anonymous says, right now, we're losing. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Let's look at the stats here for the half. Team stats usually tell the tale, right? Field goal percentage, Lakers 47.2 versus Miami's 48.8. Three-point land, that was where the Lakers had a decided advantage in that first quarter, but now it's 38.1 to 33.3. Lakers leading that. Turnovers, Lakers 14-8, huge stat. And this is the one you got to pay attention to. Rebounds, Lakers 19, Miami 18. This is with Miami not having their biggest rebounder. Roland Olivia checks in and says, I didn't think you were on. Well, you got to turn on bell notifications, my friend. Turn on bell notifications. That'll tell you when I'm on. Of course, I'm on. I mean, I'm an actual Laker fan. I'm the actual one on YouTube, apparently, that actually is a Laker fan. The rest of them out here just big simping. Big simping. If it looks like a weasel and talks like a weasel, it's a weasel, ladies and gentlemen. It's a weasel. 15 berserkers in the chat. 15 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. These Bud Light chiladas are delicious. They're delicious. We're getting pretty close to getting back to this thing. Let's take a look at the full box score. Anonymous says if the Heat can pull this off, it's going to charge them up to play when Dragic and Bam come back. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It definitely could. I mean, they're not just giving up. Anonymous says, fuck Canada. And Sebastian still asks me a question about how much the package costs. The MLB package for the last month of the season, the last month here, was like $20. $20 is what it cost me. And as I mentioned before, Sunday ticket, I negotiated with him, and I didn't pay anything for that this year. All right, so quick look at the scores for both teams, okay? So we got what is that? Okay, we turned that off. We turned that off. So looking at the scoring leaders for the game. Leading scorer for the Lakers, LeBron James with 16. The next closest is Morris with 10. Kuzma with 9. Davis on the game is the one that's in trouble. 5 points as he's been in foul trouble the entire game. He's got 5 points on the night. He's 2 for 2 on shots that he's taken and 1 for 1 on 3-pointers. So you can't get no better than that. He just hasn't taken a lot of shots because he hasn't been on the floor. The Heat, on the other hand, the leading scorer for them is Jimmy Butler with 19. Jimmy Butler with 19. The next closest one to him is Crowder with 10. And then, quick look, D. Robinson with 7. 7 for that team. Anonymous explains it. Sebastian said he got the NFL Red Zone for $5 a month. $5 a month for the NFL Red Zone. $15 berserkers in the chat. So, Julian, are you able to plug your cell phone in Canada? Just asking. Just curious if you're able to plug your cell phone in to charge it in Canada. Or they have different plugs. All right, so they're going over the team stats right now, which is just what I went over with you. 16 berserkers in the chat. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Anonymous defending the berserkers, defending the realm. I love it. I love it. I love it. Baron Von Mustache. Julian's changing his online persona. He will now forever be known as the Mad Cowboy. You thought I was going to say something else there, didn't you, Julian? $14 berserkers is the count in the chat. 58-54 is the score here. We're about to get right back at it here in the third quarter. Anonymous said he knew I would like that one. Of course I like it. It's perfect. It's freaking perfect. All right, here we go. We're back at the action, ladies and gentlemen. The Heat cycling it around at the three-point line. Round and round it goes. Tyler Hero ends up with it, tries to pass it underneath to that number 0 fella. I think that's that Leonard guy. And it goes off his foot and out of bounds. King Yellowman checks in and says, LFGLA, let's fucking go. Joel R says he has his works YouTube password. I'm not sure what that means. Go in there and sub to my channel, Joel. Go in there and hit me with the sub. All right, 58-54. Here come the Heat. Here come the Heat. They cycle it around. It's a shot from 55 who drains a three-pointer. Duncan Robinson just drains a three-pointer. Sebastian asks if he's talking too much about money in sports. No, you're not. Just have fun. And I forgot to turn on the scoreboard. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, my man. All right, Lakers on the other end, cycled around. Davis gives it up to Green in the corner, who clanks one off the front of the rim. Lakers dying from that three-point line again here, ladies and gentlemen, as they often do when they start losing basketball games. Hero out in three-point land, gives it up to that 55 guy again. Looks like an off-ball foul here. Anthony Davis called for another one. Now they might change it. What is going on here? Yeah, they called it on Davis. Wasn't a shooting foul. Miami gets an easy dunk on the other end. Lakers are just falling apart here. Lakers bringing it up. LeBron to Pope in the corner, who drives to the side of the key, kicks it to Denny Green in the corner, who shoots it, misses off the front of the rim. Butler rebounds it, driving the other way for the Heat. Crowder from way downtown misses it, rebounded by James. James brings it up on the right. Lakers traveling right to left on your TV set, ladies and gentlemen. They're wearing their white-on-white uniforms. James gives it up to Davis, who takes a long three, misses off the front of the rim. And after some difficulty, the Heat corral the rebound. Jimmy Butler coming up on the left. Butler directing traffic at the arc. Gets to the side of the key, then backs out, hands it off to Hero, who takes that three, and it sinks. A slow sinker, and the Lakers call timeout, and they got to talk about it because this thing is about to get ugly. 66-54 is the score with 9:17 remaining in the third as the Lakers struggle here in Game 3. Roland checks in, said, keep missing, damn. They got to quit taking those three-pointers if they can't make them. Drive to the hoop. Anonymous checks in, says the Niners are moving 8-7 Philly, but we're starting to get going. Starting to get their sea legs about them. They're in the Bay. $17 is the berserker count here in Lakers Showtime Live Land, ladies and gentlemen. 17 up in here. Up in here, up in here. I think something big just happened there for the Niners. Maybe a sack. A sack on Wentz, or at least a pressure by Warner. Philly's going to punt. Philly's punting to the Niners here. 14-10 remaining in the second quarter. Trevor says that Game 3 hasn't been good the last couple of series. Well, it sure makes Tuesday more palatable, because I hated the idea of not being able to watch them win it. "17 Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We're still in a commercial break here. So still in a commercial break here. I'm sure those channels where the Simps are at are probably celebrating right now because they hate the Lakers. And they got all them Laker fans up in their chat. Do-de-do-de-do. Do-de-do-de-do. No, I already got one scheduled, Anonymous. I got a stream scheduled for Tuesday. I'm going to go online. I'm probably going to start the stream about an hour prior to the Dodger game, because the Laker game starts an hour prior. And Julian puts up your mom contributing to the action. Trevor asks who's the Dodgers starting pitcher for game 1. Let me look. Bobby checks in and says the Lake Show are slacking. Anonymous says he's going to be there. Here we go. Heat on the other end. Globetrotter type shit. Passing it around. Hero takes a corner shot. Misses it. Rebounded Ryan LeBron. Here we go. Dribble drive. Penetration into the lane. LeBron thought he was fouled. The refs didn't agree. And the Heat are going the other way. And Tyler Hero makes an unbelievable left-handed layup. Unbelievably beautiful shot there. And it's getting really ugly. 68-54 here. 8:24 remaining in the third. Lakers turn it over on the other end again. Here comes Miami. Hero with the 3 this time. Then he misses. Lakers fighting for the rebound, but Crowder corrals it. He gives it up to Hero, who's trying to find that three-point line again. Over to Zero on the side. Back to Crowder. Crowder shoots a 3 and clanks it out the front of the rim. Danny Green with the rebound gives it up to LeBron. Lakers, this is probably the last chance for the Lakers to get this thing together. Underneath, Leonard of the Heat's called for an off-ball personal foul against Dwight Howard. Roland says the Lakers are beating themselves. Joe Lars asking if we play Modern Warfare. We play Call of Duty, my man. Call of Duty. Trevor says we haven't scored this quarter. So personal foul called on Leonard here. They're checking to see if it was a flagrant. I think they just got tied up. Bobby asked if I mentioned something about a trap game earlier. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yesterday, or today, and the last game, I mentioned that it could be a trap game. And Anonymous checking in, asking Bobby how his brisket and ribs turned out here. Bobby, do you got one of them Traegers? And Bobby says it was absolutely delicious. Magnifique, magnifique, says Bobby. No, Bobby don't say that because he's from Boston. He just says, it's all right. Something. I don't know what he says. I don't know what he says. Hawk the brisket in the car. And Bobby says he ain't grilling that shit. He's smoking it. He's smoking them ribs, smoking that brisket. All right, Lakers inbound the ball after all that bullshit. LeBron with it, kicks it over to Davis, back over to Green. Green dribble drive penetration into the lane, kicks it to Pope in the corner, puts up a three, and nails it. Pope with a three. $68-57 is your score with 7:32 remaining here in the third. The Heat on the other end. Crowder takes a three. It rattles in and out. Heartbreak. Rebounded by Howard. Gives it up to James. James brings it back to the top of the arc. Pauses, trying to figure out what he wants to do. Kicks it over to Denny Green. It's almost stolen by Crowder. Green goes into the lane. Puts up an ugly-ass shot. Rebounded by Davis, who puts up probably a 8-foot floater with his right hand on the baseline and makes it. So we've got this thing within 9 again. 68-59 is the score. 6:56 remaining in the third. Butler coming up on the right side of the court. LeBron James guarding him. Butler shakes him. It's stolen by Caldwell Pope, who's running the other direction. Puts up a wild left-handed shot and is fouled. He doesn't make the shot, but he's going to the free throw line. The charity stripe. 4-2. 4-2. Duncan Robinson galled for that foul. Trevor says finally a three. And King Yellowman says park the car in Harvard Yard. Park the car in Harvard Yard. $17 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, I think they missed their free throws. 68-60 is the score. Here come the Heat. Hero shooting from straight downtown. Misses it. Davis with the rebound. Here come the Lakers trying to cut this to 6 or less. LeBron drops, stops at the arc, backs back out to the NBA Finals logo. Calls Denny Green to come out here and throw a pick on these fools. Doesn't work. LeBron gives it up to Green. Drives into the lane. Green puts up a shot. Misses it badly. And I think the Lakers were just bailed out by a foul there. And Bobby says, don't worry, Valhalla, I'll learn you some Boston. 16 berserkers in the chat. Denny Green at the charity stripe. Makes the first one. Joel says, here we go. King Yellowman laughing. King Yellowman up here laughing. Green's second free throw. He sinks that one as well. That makes the score 68-62, ladies and gentlemen. 6:09 remaining here in the third. Hero bringing it up on the left side of the court. The Heat again are traveling from left to right on your TV screen. Jimmy Butler with it on that side. Back to Hero, back to Butler. Butler with Denny Green guarding him, or at least trying to. Goes to the hoop, and Green is called for a foul. Trevor says the sooner the Lakers win the championship, the sooner we can concentrate on Dodgers and Vikings. Joel R. says clam chowder. Clam chowder. Bobby says that it's going to be Hoyer quarterbacking the Patriots tomorrow night, not Stidham. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, Bobby's doing that Patriots game. Over and check him out on Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. Bobby, drop the link if you can into there for your channel. All right, Lakers on the other end. LeBron dribble drive penetration into the lane, goes up, bullies his defender, and lays it up with his left hand. 70-64 is the score. 5:27 remaining in the third. Heat on the other end, cycling it around at the arc. Butler ends up with it with LeBron James guarding him. The switch is put on, and Howard tries to back off him, and he makes him pay. Butler makes him pay by banking it off the glass for 2. 72-64, 5:10 remaining in the third. LeBron bringing it up. He's hand-checked by 55, and the Lakers lose it out of bounds. Actually, there's some argument there, and the officials say no. The Heat knocked it out of bounds, so it's going to be Laker ball. Laker ball. Joel R. says 6-point game. Okay, let's do this thing. And King Yellowman reports that there are literally no R's in Boston. And there's the link to Bobby's channel, ladies and gentlemen. Click on that link. Go over there. Give him a like. Make sure you check him out tomorrow night for his Patriot stream. That's my guy. That's my guy. He is Boston Sports. Alley-oop to Howard. Fouled underneath. 16 Berserkers up in the chat. Left-handed layup. Okay, Morris is coming in for Howard. LeBron goes to the bench as well. So that second team is out there with Davis. Davis takes a long shot from the top of the key, and it sinks. Nails it. 74-68 is the score. 4:26 remaining in the third. Here comes the Heat. Olenek puts one up. Nails it from three land. The Lakers going to try to answer. Davis to Morris. Morris left side of the court gives it up to Rondo. Rondo surveys the court. There's a call underneath. And usually the guy that is saying that he didn't do something is the guilty party. And apparently this time it is Jay Crowder. Called for the personal foul under the hoop. Kuzma out there for the Lakers right now. Davis takes a shot, makes it from the free throw line. Lakers going to try to cut this thing back to 7 if Davis can hit this second shot. Davis puts up free throw number 2 and nails it. So 7-point game. Heat inbounding the ball. 4:07 remaining here in the third. Here they come. Butler on the right side. Waiting for his people to cycle. Olenek goes right to the hoop. They don't see him. Crowder dribble drive penetration. It ends up out in the corner again to number 9, who misses a three-pointer. Rondo with the rebound. I don't know how they didn't call him for passing that ball to himself, but a shot from Kuzma from three-point land missed. Rebounded by the Heat. Rebounded by the Heat. Butler driving hard to the hoop. And Pope is called for the foul. Scott Shaw checks in for the first time today. Welcome back. Scott says Lakers and Dodgers all the way. King Yellowman says he'd like a white Russian with a banana split. King Yellowman says that those are a fantastic drink with your dessert. 15 Berserkers in the chat. I think Butler just missed his first free throw. All right, Butler with another free throw. Nails it. So this is another 8-point game. 78-70, ladies and gentlemen. 3:31 remaining here in the third. Caruso bringing it up on the left side of the court for the Lakers. Dribbles it behind his back. Kicks it over to Rondo on his right. Rondo tells everybody to clear the hell out because I'm about to go play off Rondo up in here. Kicks it to Davis, who's surrounded by 3 Heat players. Manages to get it back to Rondo. Rondo dribble drive, penetration into the lane. Puts up a prayer layup that he does not get. And Rondo's shot didn't hit the rim, so that's a 24-second violation on the Lakers. Turnover. 78-70 is the score. Here come the Heat. All right, 25 for the Heat, cycling it. Gets into the lane. They pass it around some more. It's kicked to Olenek, who takes a 3. And it's a seeing eye 3 that just drops after hitting the front of the rim and bouncing. Caruso on the other end drives baseline and is fouled. Lakers can get it within 6, but every time they get there, they give it back up. Sixteen Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as the chat's discussion has turned to specialty drinks at Dave & Buster's. Trevor says the parades are going to be busy in Los Angeles, especially with the Rams and Kings win a championship this year. How about we try to win this Laker one first? I'm a little worried about my Dodgers Nation here. A little worried about the Dodgers Nation taking these Padres a little lightly going into this next series here. Padres are going to be a tough out, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be a tough out. An anonymous, a 49ers fan, decides that he's had just about enough of Trevor's predictions. Tells him them Rams ain't going to win shit. Roland Olivia checks in, says something about doctors. Anonymous is he ain't worried about the Padres. He's sure that the Dodgers are prepared. Yeah, that's correct, Roland. The Dodgers did already beat them, but after we played them that next week or so, them sumbitches are hitting home runs everywhere. They're hitting home runs all over the parks. I'm just telling you, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It sure as hell isn't going to be a cakewalk. $18 Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, here on Lakers Showtime Live. Please, if you have not hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. Scott enters the fray and says, poor 40 whiners, go Hawks. Scott, my Vikings are coming to play your Hawks next week. In case you didn't know, we are on a 1-game win streak. We are undefeated for this week. Coming to get them doity boards. Them doity boys up in Seattle. Scott Shaw predicts Dodgers in 5. And Roland tells me to have faith, my brother. 17 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as we're approaching the end of the third quarter in this one. Approaching the end of this third quarter. So Iguodala, they're saying this is his 6th straight NBA Finals appearance. He had 5 with Golden State. Roland says it's going to be a walk in the park. All right, so it's a 10-point lead here by these Heat. 10-point lead. Caruso's next free throw is missed. It's rebounded by Morris. Caruso gets the rebound, kick to Rondo. Davis thinks about it from three-point land, kicks it off to Kuzma. Anyway, they're moving it all around. Rondo decides to finally take it to the hoop, tries to lay it up high off the glass and misses it. Hero with the rebound. Here come the Heat. Here come the Heat trying to make this a 12-point lead. Iguodala guarded by Rondo, gives it up to Butler, who's guarded by Morris. Back to 55. It ends up back underneath on the baseline with Butler. Butler guarded by Morris. He fades back, does a fadeaway jumper and drains it. Drains it, 83-71. Here come the Lakers. Rondo leading the point. Left-handed dribble to the left side. Kicks it to Morris at the top of the arc. Morris underneath to Howard, who's having some difficulty with Iguodala. Backs him down, then does a jumper and drains it. Nice shot, AD. Nice shot by Davis. Here we go. Here we go. Butler with it at the top of the arc, tries to give and go. It's intercepted by Davis. Caruso ends up with it. Dribble drive, penetration into the lane. Ooh, and Davis cleans up the mess with a dunk on that end. Slam dunk, Anthony Davis. 83-75 is the score. 1:23 remaining in the third. Here come the Heat. Iguodala, side of the key, tries to throw it underneath. And it goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Heat ball, ladies and gentlemen, Heat ball. Karen the Don says, my man, at least they're giving the Heat a chance to win. Roland says, as long as we don't put up Jensen, everything will be okay. And Jeff Bennett repping Kentucky. Lakers inbound this thing. Rondo coming the other direction. Kicks it back to Kuzma at the top of the arc. Over to Rondo. Over to Morris in the corner. Puts up a three. Misses badly. Air ball. Air ball. Final minute of this third quarter. On the other end, the Heat take a long shot. It's missed. Rebounded by Morris, who kicks it to Rondo. Rondo bringing it past the NBA Finals logo. Looking for somebody to hand it to. Gives it to Davis, who passes up a shot at the top of the key for Kuzma, who takes a three and nails it. Kuzma nails it. The lead now 83-78. Miami leads with 30 seconds in running here in the third. Hero to Olenek. Over to the side to Butler, who goes baseline on a falling Morris. And Rondo goes up hard and fouls Butler hard, and they're both down. Actually, it wasn't Rondo. It was Morris that fouled him hard. Butler hit the floor hard. They both did. Violent collision underneath the hoop. Absolutely violent collision. That was an absolutely violent collision there. Karen reports the Eagles are losing. We got 15 up here in the chat. Butler to the free throw line. 5-point lead for Miami. Butler's first free throw makes it 6. First free throw makes it 6. LeBron James checking back in for the Lakers. Morris going out. Scott says old school basketball. That's correct. That's straight out of the 80s, that collision. Next shot. Butler hits them both. 78-85 is the score. 19 seconds remaining here in the third. LeBron banging the ball up for the Lakers. Shot clock's turned off. LeBron with the ball. Waits for a pick from Kuzma. Dribble drive into the lane. And lays it up and in for the Lakers. Heat inbounded. It's stolen by Rondo, who can't corral the rebound. And that's going to end the third. Now, wait a minute. I think they're going to back the clock up a little bit here. I think they're going to back it up here. James looking focused there, ladies and gentlemen. James looking focused. So Rondo pickpockets Butler as he's bringing the ball in from the outside, and he just could not corral the ball as it was bouncing away from him into the corner. The officials are over there talking about it, probably trying to decide whose possession arrow it is. All right, and the refs decide that it was after the horn. The period's over, so to the fourth we go. To the fourth we go, ladies and gentlemen. The score, 85-80. Miami leads. We go to a commercial break. And I'm going to step away for just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Thank you for that break. AD time, says Scott Shaw. 16 Berserkers in the chat. As we head to the fourth. Will the Lakers win the third game in this series, or will Miami take the game and change the series and make it 2-1 Lakers? King Yellowman says, let's go LA. Joel R says he likes our chances. And Yellowman says, LFG LA, let's friggin' go. All right, 16 Berserkers up in here. Let's clear this screen here. Oops. Clear this one up here. Let's try to get back into this. Excuse the dog barking. Family headed out for a late night snacky. Little late night snackage. I don't know if Bobby's still in here, but I just watched that thing he made for me of my reaction video today. I was a little pumped for the Vikings win there, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little pumped. Just a little pumped. Trevor says he likes where we're at and we can still win. That, no doubt. I mean, there's 12 minutes of basketball yet to be played. We just cannot let them go on another run and get up by 12. Can't let them get up by 12 again. King Yellowman says he's looking. That Thor is probably looking for some more cowbell. Thor's probably pissed that they didn't take him for a ride. Thor is probably absolutely livid that they did not take him for a ride to McDonald's. A shot from the outside by Morris that's missed horribly. I could have missed it that badly, and that's not an exaggeration, ladies and gentlemen. So here come the Heat. Our chance at a 5-point deficit on the line. They kick it around. Hero ends up with it on the right side. He dribble drives baseline, passes up that shot, and then stops, pops, and tries to put it up. Morris rebounds it, kicks it to Rondo. Rondo bringing it up on the left. Lakers trying to close this gap. Kick to James. Still at the top of the arc. Lakers just standing at the three-point line. LeBron drives to the basket, though, says, I've had enough. Drives, finishes with the right hand, and gets fouled. And he'll go to the line for one. The end one. 85-82 now. LeBron going to try to cut this to 2. No, Anonymous, that's not what Thor was barking. I guarantee that's not what he was barking. I speak fluent Thor, and he was not saying, go Heat. Scott says, that doesn't sound like Thor. Well, we got the little one, Skip. He's the one that has the high bark. Skip is the small one. He's 14 years old. I thought he was dead the other morning when we woke up. We woke up and Skip wasn't moving. And we were like, Skip, wake up, it's time to eat. Go outside. And Skip was like, fuck you, I'm sleeping. Heat come down, lay it up and in. 87-83 is the score. 10:44 here in the fourth. Here come the Lakers. Ball almost picked off by Butler. James, however, corrals it. Goes behind the back to Morris. Over to Kuzma. And Caruso takes a three. Misses it off the side of the rim. Heat rebound it. Olenek with the rebound. Bring it up on the left-hand side. Stops at the three-point line. Almost gives it up. Butler ends up with it. Rondo on him, pestering him. And Crowder underneath the basket lays it up and in. LeBron James not 2 feet away from him. Butcher's Talk and Patriots Talk is laughing about something. 18 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I thought he was dead, Bobby. I'm not going to lie. He didn't move at all. Morris takes a three and drains it. Then that cuts the lead to 3. Here comes Butler coming past the NBA Finals logo. I'll tell you the rest of this story, Bobby, whenever this game pauses. Hero with a long 3. But there's an offensive foul called under the basket. It's going to be Lakers ball. Going to be Lakers ball, ladies and gentlemen. Davis checks back in for the Lakers. Bobby's laughing with his SKOLs. 18 berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Hero took that 3. Anyway, Lakers bringing it up. LeBron bringing it up. Playing point guard today. Runs into some difficulty. Kicks it over to the corner to Morris to try another 3. And he drains another one to tie this game at 89-89, ladies and gentlemen. Morris is on fire like that guy in the video game back in the 80s. Just flaming basketballs. Crowder takes a 3. It's missed. Rebounded by Morris. Here comes Rondo with them bright yellow sneakers. Kicks it to the corner to Caruso, who misses badly off the side of the rim. Rondo cleans up the mesh, gets the rebound. James ends up with it. Back to Rondo. Rondo dribble drive, penetration, left-handed layup, and goes. And the Lakers now lead 91-89 with 8:55 remaining here in the fourth. Let's fucking go. Yellowman says NBA Jams. That's correct. The flaming basketballs. Roland says it's about time we took the lead. Anonymous finally realizes that the scoreboard that's up is always dropping spoilers. You're exactly right. That's why I've started covering up with about 5 minutes to go. They're always dropping it. If you don't want to listen to me or you think I'm doing a shitty job doing play-by-play, just look at this little basketball court over here. That'll tell you what's going on. 19 Berserkers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers have come back to take the lead in this one with 8:54 remaining in the fourth. So we're in a commercial break. So, Bobby, if you're still here, here's the rest of my story about old Skip. So we wake up, what was that, 2 mornings ago, and Thor, he's always ready to go. He's, that's when he gets fed breakfast, and Thor lives to eat. Skip, however, is laying there on his side, and I don't know if he's been eating good or what, but he looks kind of fat. So I thought, man, he looks kind of bloated there. And we tried to wake him up, and if we poked him with like the tip of our shoe or anything, or even your finger, he would just stay laying there, and I couldn't see him breathing. Nothing. And I don't know, finally I was like, I think he's dead, and the wife was like, I think he is too, and then, so I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I leaned down to kind of pick him up, figuring he was going to be all stiff and shit, and as soon as I leaned down and touched him, he pops up and runs out of the fucking room, headed for the garage, because that's where they get fed their breakfast. He's been just fine since. Anonymous trying to figure out how to ban the scoreboard. All you do is push F4, and all you do to cover up the court is push 8, and bam, it's all secretive again. That's how we corner the secrets up here in Lakers Showtime Live. Trevor Cody says, NBA Jam, you're on fire. There's probably one of those, you could probably find an MP3 file that says that for the three-pointer thing. Anonymous laughing, Bobby laughing. Yep, I thought he was dead. He'd been around 14 years, and every night he starts hacking like a 30-year smoker. And I never think he's going to make it to the morning. Scott says dogs are tough. Yeah, they're parts of the family, aren't they, dude? They are parts of the family. Skip, like I said, 14 years. He gets in trouble for running out of the yard and shit. Thor, on the other hand, Thor has tried to kill himself twice since he was born 2 years ago. He ate a whole thing of rat poison when he was about 2 months old. Took him in to get his stomach pumped, and then he ran. He didn't get hit by a car. He ran into the side of a moving car. Ran out there into the street and hit the side of the car and bounced off, and then come walking back to me asking me, why the hell did you let me run out there for? Sebastian asked how long he was gone for. Here we go. Back to the game. Heat bringing it up. Crowder has it, dribbling. Davis defending. Lakers up by 2. Butler drives to the basket, and him and Rondo bump into one another, and Rondo's called for the foul. Rondo's called for the foul. Anonymous says Goose had the same story, except he opened a bottle of Honey Jack and his dog woke up. Ooh, Butler drives into the lane and scores 2 over LeBron and lets him know. Smiling at him. 91-91. This thing's tied up. LeBron dribbling it at the top of the circle. Dribble drive penetration into the lane. Falls down, and they call a travel on James. Travel on LeBron James. Sebastian asks if this is a good game to me. It's a pretty good game, I think. Olenek takes a 3 and drains it. Drains it to put the Heat up by 3. 94-91, 7:58 remaining. Rondo bringing it up on the left side of the court for the Lakers, again wearing those white-on-white uniforms. Rondo dribble drive into the lane, out of control like Rondo tends to be, and he gets his pocket picked by Hero. Hero kicks it to Olenek. Back to Hero. Hero at the top of the free throw line, backs up to three-point land, puts it up. It doesn't drop. Rondo with the rebound. Here we come. Caruso, dribble drive into the lane, kicks it to the corner. A 3 by Rondo, missed. (94-91), Heat with possession. This is where they can go up by multiple possessions again. Caruso gets called for the kickball. 18 Berserkers in the chat. Kuzma coming in for the Lakers. Markieff Morris going out. Pope comes in for Morris. Butler inbounds the ball. Olenek still has it. Olenek back to Butler. Top of the arc. Guarded by Davis. Kick to the corner to Hero, who just drains a 3. 97-91 Heat. Starting to pull away again. 6:56 remaining. The Lakers need to drive to the hoop, not take these bullshit threes. Caldwell Pope to the corner to Kuzma. Kuzma knocks down the 3, ladies and gentlemen. Knocks down the 3 to answer. Joel R's wondering where the hell is AD. Olenek goes inside and scores with a feed from Butler. Davis was defending. Things are getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. 99-94 is the score with 6:19 remaining here in the fourth. LeBron, dribble drive penetration into the lane, tries to back down Butler, and they call a travel on James, and James doesn't think so. James doesn't think so, but it doesn't matter what he thinks because the ref just said, James, you traveled. They could have got him for an offensive foul for elbowing Butler and knocking him to the ground. Butler gets the opening, dribble drives into the lane, decides to give it up, gives it to Crowder. Ball ends up out of bounds, and it's going to be Heat ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Six seconds on the shot clock, ladies and gentlemen. Ball inbounded to Butler. Top of the arc. Davis defending. He fakes the shot, gives it up to Olenek, who puts up a short right-handed shot that's missed. Rebounded by Kuzma, who kicks it to LeBron. Caldwell Pope ends up with it and gets fouled by Robinson. Pope's going to go to the line for 2 shots. What is going on here, Berserkers? What is going on? All I know for sure from this series, again, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm not like a basketball fanatic. But all I know for sure is that kid Hero for the Heat is a badass little motor scooter. He is a badass. Sebastian says that LeBron's turning into LeChoke and says, come on, Lakers. 19 Berserkers in the chat. 99-95 is the score with the Heat bringing it up the court. That kid Hero with Caruso guarding him. Gives it up to Butler. Back to Olenek. Back over to Hero. Everybody's running everywhere. Hero drives into the lane and scores with the right hand over Caruso. 101-95, 5:16. LeBron kicks it down low to AD. AD turns on Olenek, puts it up, misses it. LeBron ends up with the rebound and puts up a 3, misses badly. Kuzma goes in for the rebound, misses badly. 3 missed shots on that possession by the Lakers. Here come the Heat. Jimmy Butler on the right side. LeBron puts up the roadblock. Olenek at the top of the arc. Duncan. Dribble drive to the lane, missed, rebounded by Davis. Davis to LeBron on the right wing. It's picked off and knocked out of bounds. And it's going to be Heat ball. Another turnover by the Lakers. Jeff Bennett comes back in and says Kentucky again. 20 berserkers in the chat. Roland says, I'm so stunned. What the hell? Anonymous says that hero is just a rookie and has a lot of room to grow. And Scott Shaw says he calls himself Buckets. Is that hero? I thought that was Butler. Yeah, he's been absolutely impressive this series. Oy vey, 4:40 remaining here in the fourth. 101-95 is the score from the bubble in Orlando as the Lakers, trying to take a 3-0 series lead, are in danger of not having that happen. What's the thoughts in the chat? Is the Lakers going to be able to close this one out tonight and win another one, or do you think that the Heat are going to get their first win of the series? Lakers going to win tonight, Game 3, or are the Heat going to take the win tonight? What do you think in the chat? Oh, no shit. He was from Kentucky too, Bennett? I didn't know that. No clue. He's a badass. He would look good in purple and gold. He would look really good in purple and gold. We'll trade the Heat Caruso, Kuzma, and about $30 million and take him off their hands. Anonymous is predicting that the Heat are going to win this game. Gomez says, I hope it's not going to be close. Roland says, stop with the three-pointers and run it to the hoop. And Scott says, if they stop shooting those threes and go to a D. 18 berserkers in the chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen, here on Lakers Showtime Live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Here on Valhalla Sports Talk, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Do 101-95, 4:40 remaining here in the fourth. Then it reports that it's Rondo, Davis, Hero, and Adebayo, all from Kentucky. Well, I mean, that's not surprising, Jeff. I mean, what do you guys pay these kids to go there? You have the best recruiting class every year. So they must be getting some Skrilla on the side, a little bit of side cabbage, I'd imagine. What do they make, about 30 G's? Gomez says there's still a lot of time left. 17 berserkers in the house. Butler looks angry and homeless this series, and he has the whole playoffs. He looks absolutely angry and absolutely homeless. Joel R. is calling a Kuzma buzzer beater for the win. All right, Butler against Kuzma. I don't like that matchup. Butler takes a shot from the free throw line, misses it. It's rebounded by James. James over to Davis. Back to LeBron. LeBron's got Butler on him. Gets it to Kuzma, who takes a long three. Misses it. It's rebounded by Butler. Just standing around at the three-point line. Butler with LeBron guarding him. Hero puts a pick. Hope is on Butler now. Butler with a fadeaway just inside the free throw line. Drops it. 103-95. LeBron on the other end, underneath to Kuzma, who goes up with the right hand, layup, misses it. And I think he's going to go to the free throw line for two. Anonymous is angry and homeless. I'm dead. I call him as I see him. Anonymous. I call it as I see it. And Jorge says, ring me some cowbells. I'll do that for you, Jorge. Kuzma nails the first of 2 free throws, ladies and gentlemen. The first of 2 free throws. And little Nick Van Exel is Chuck. Scott Shaw says, so true. Them, North Carolina, and Duke. I think Scott's agreeing that all them college basketball programs are kicking down the Skrilla to these young recruits. Kicking down the Skrilla while they chase the U of A for paying players. All them ones in the South are getting away with it. 18 berserkers in the house. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Throws it to Crowder in the corner. Back to Butler, who's now in that corner. Baseline drive. Butler meets LeBron there, and LeBron is going to be called for the foul there. LeBron, of course, does not agree with the call because he's never committed a foul in his entire existence. Joel says Jimmy has that bum look down swag. And Anonymous wants some more cowbell. All right, they're bringing Morris in for Kuzma. I don't know what LeBron thinks he's allowed to do, but he literally murdered the dude going to the hoop. He's probably going to call a foul on you. I'm a Laker fan, but Bennett says don't go there. Bennett says don't talk about his Kentucky Wildcats that way, even if it's true. LeBron with a long 3, missed badly, rebounded by the Heat. And it's starting to feel like this thing is over. 105-97 is the score. Here comes Butler. They're cycling. Butler tries to clear that side. Puts up a shot on Morris. It's missed. Rebounded by James, who gets his pocket picked by one of the Heat players. I think it was Olenek. And the Heat are now headed the other direction. James needs to pay attention when he's bringing the ball up. Here comes Hero. Caldwell Pope trying to guard him. Hero's like, I'm going to make him my bitch. A shot from the corner by Olenek is missed. Rebounded by Morris, who almost stepped out of bounds. Kicks it to LeBron. LeBron bringing it up. Stops at the arc. They cycle it. Davis ends up with it on the side of the key. Back out to Morris, who puts up a 3 and nails it. Nails it. 5-point game. 100-105 is the score. Miami leading with 2:04 left on this clock. 2:04 left on the clock. Let's go. D up. Defense. D up. They're passing it outside of the arc. Pope on Butler, who spins on him. And there'll be another foul called on Caldwell Pope. Butler laying underneath the basket. Roland says, what the hell is LeBron thinking? Anonymous says the Mad Viking has a toy mascot for every team. The Dodgers bobblehead Bobby, Vikings bobblehead Francis, and now the Lakers with little Nick Van Exel. What the heck are we doing, says Joel R. And then Anonymous says the games will most likely be Tuesday and Thursday, same days as the Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to go 5 games in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday even, if it goes 5. I don't think there's any days off. Scott Shaw says Roland says you're just not going to win this, and Scott Shaw says lots of time left. Butler makes both those free throws. So it's 107-100 with 1:47 remaining. Here comes Rondo. Over to Morris. Morris is telling the Lakers they need to quit shooting threes, but I think they have to shoot threes now. James to the baseline. Gets it to Morris, who takes a three. Misses it, in and out. Rebound by Olenek, who kicks it to Hero. Hero coming up to seal the deal for the Heat. Looks like this thing's over. 1:20 remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Butler with the ball. Driving on Morris. Right-handed layup, and it scores. And Butler talking shit to LeBron as he walks past him. Absolutely talking shit. Jeff Bennett reports this one's over. Put the broom in the closet. They ain't sweeping them. Put the broom in the closet. Anonymous says my chicken nuggets just arrived. I'm actually just going to have me a little milkshake. Cancel transmission on that, ladies and gentlemen. Cancel transmission. I know this will come as a shocker to you, but the milkshake machine at McDonald's is down. Son of a bitch. So I will not be having a milkshake this evening. Ain't that a bitch? So the Vikings win. Day starts out good. The Lakers are about to lose this shit. And now we're not going to get a milkshake. So it looks like I'm going to go 1 for 3 on the day. 17. Berserker's still up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 17. Quick check of TV2 here. A thriller in San Francisco. Philadelphia 8. San Francisco 7. 11:15 remaining in the third. Joel R. thinks that the milkshake machine's always out at McDonald's. And Smexy checks in. Says this heat are so annoying. Yeah, I think that Butler's been talking a little bit of shit to LeBron here. All right, Lakers inbound the ball. Rondo to James, who dribble drives into the lane and dunks it. 7-point game, 1:07 remaining. All right, inbounded. Hero has it. He's got Rondo pestering him because that's what Rondo does. Hero dribble drive to the hoop, puts it up with the right hand, and it goes. And the kid snarls. He snarls. He's like, don't you know I'm from Kentucky, and we snarl when we make a layup. Samaria checks in, says, I'm sad. Roland says, that sucks. And Anonymous suggests I take a fireball shot. I think I might. This kid Hero, there's going to be posters of that shit with his little snarl. Thinking he's Batman or some shit. 18 Berserkers in this chat as Hero goes to the free throw line and makes the end one. 112-102, 10-point lead, 57 seconds. Here comes LeBron with a three. Missed. Rebounded by the Heat's Jimmy Butler. They might as well just get off these fools. Let this clock run out. Scott says they haven't scored since the first quarter. Jorge agrees it's over. To the corner. Nails another three. Kuzma bringing it up for the Lakers in a game that's already over. Kuzma lays it up with his right hand. Little, too late. Butler bringing it up. Going to get it to half court, and this thing's going to run out. Rondo pestering Butler. Back out to Olenek. Butler says, give me that damn ball. I'm going to hold it for this final buzzer. They're going to let it be a 24-second violation. LeBron already headed to the locker room. The Lakers going to have to get 5 guys back out on the floor to finish this thing. So we're going to have a game 5 of these finals, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Game 4, Tuesday night, 5 o'clock my time. So 8 o'clock or so Eastern time. And the Heat win Game 3. Lakers still lead the series 2-1, but the Heat win Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. The schedule for the channel is again is that I will be on Tuesday night for the Dodger game. Dodgers versus Padres from Texas. Dodgers versus Padres from Texas. Scott Shaw says, can't wait for the Dodger stream. Have a good night. Have a good night, Scott. Thanks for coming back, my man. Roland says we can't win them all. Anonymous making fun of Hero's little beard. And it's over, ladies and gentlemen. 14 berserkers in the chat as I'm about to shut this puppy down. They're interviewing Butler at underneath the basket, the Heat's basket. But that's going to do it for tonight here. Lakers Showtime live here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Thank you to those of you that joined the stream tonight. Thanks to my mods for keeping the peace. We didn't have any trouble in here. We actually had a troubleless stream. Managed to stick around between 10 and 15 folks in the chat most of the time. But it was a good time. I liked it. Salvador Chavez says he's sad. We'll get him back. And Bennett said, good job, son. Get Tish to make you a shake. Anonymous says, give me a fireball shot. And I'll do that. I think I'm having me a shot of fireball. And then probably check in here. But you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Let's go ahead and turn off the crowd. Tell the crowd to shut the hell up. Crowd, be quiet. Thank you. Let's put on this stream music. Should have some music playing now. There we go. And I'm going to turn off the mic, go to the end screen, and we will see you guys next time here on Valhalla Sports Talk's Lakers Showtime Live.